The Austin Martin injury isn't as much of a gut punch to the Twins as you might expect. In fact, even before the injury, I think he was going to find himself as the odd man out, whether it be here across the last 6 weeks of the season or even as we head into next season. Now, I've always loved the way that Austin Martin plays baseball. He just seems to have that bulldog mentality. He's always been willing to move around. I mean, when the Twins acquired him, he was kind of a positionless player, didn't really know where he was going to end up, but he was definitely more of an infielder than an outfielder. And with the Twins, he's converted into a full-time outfield role. And so you just love guys who are just willing to do what it takes to get on the field. And he kind of plays in like a spark plug kind of way, the way that he's able to run the bases and just provide that little extra energy to the lineup. I mean, we saw it recently against the Baltimore Orioles where he went 4 for 5 with the home run, a double, 3 runs scored, and a stolen base. Not that that was ever going to be the norm for him, but it was just performances like that just kind of jolt your starting lineup and can be infectious. Since May 1st, Austin Martin is slashing 220, 309, 307. That's good for a 617 OPS. And just to put that into perspective, that's a 77 WRC plus. And what that means is that he has been 77% worse at the plate compared to the average player in baseball. Now, he has been serviceable in the outfield. Again, that's been a nice development. I mean, he was always an athlete, and so it was just a matter of whether he was going to be able to kind of pick up the nuances of being an outfielder, the same type of work that Luke Keeschel is going to have to do over this offseason. But when you are carrying a 77 WRC plus, just being serviceable in the outfield isn't good enough. And again, he's still getting some valuable at-bats in the middle of the Twins lineup on a regular basis. Now, a realistic role for Austin Martin is probably just as a platoon player because he does have an OPS right around 800 against left-handed pitching, and we know how many left-handed hitting outfielders, corner outfielders in particular, we have. So that could pair well with a lefty who maybe struggles against right-handed pitching. But kind of a bigger issue here is that he is really just struggling with both pitch types, off-speed and fastballs. Right now, he is hitting below 175 against off-speed pitching, and his fastball slugging percentage is down 40 points from his 2025 numbers. At the start of the season, he was basically walking as much as he was striking out, which is always a good thing. Since then, again, that May 1st day, he's basically striking out twice as much as he's walking. So plate discipline has been an issue as well. Now, again, his injury really changes everything just because at this point, he does actually have a minor league option remaining. So maybe they would have given him the Royce Lewis treatment and sent him down to St. Paul for a few weeks, a month, something like that, just to try to get him right. But now he's going to be down for a while, might even be out the rest of the season. Somebody, it looks like Alex Jackson, who doesn't play outfield, I'm not sure how that fits, but somebody is going to get all those at-bats that he's been getting. Somebody's going to get that playing time. And so somebody is going to get an opportunity to take his job because he got injured. Now, long-term, I'm not suggesting that Austin Martin is done. He's still young. He's still fairly controllable. And we've seen what he can do. Again, a couple Mondays ago, just completely dominated. First month of the season, completely dominated. We've seen him have stretches in years past where he's looked really good. So this is not to write him off because he's still a young player who can maybe find a little bit of consistency. Not that a couple Mondays ago, or even what he did in the first month of the season is what I would totally expect, but hopefully something where in the middle, something that he can just, again, be a little bit more consistent, especially since he's turned into a serviceable defender in the outfield. But I think he's going to have to win back that job in spring training next year. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Austin Martin can get back to that first month of the season, or will he find somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you are visiting twinsdaily.com for all your latest Minnesota Twins coverage.